Good evening and welcome to New Orleans. It's New Orleans and Louisiana, a motorsports park for some more rFactor 2 Group C Sportscar racing streamed live across the internet. Yes, let's take a look at the current championship as it lines up currently following last week's race at Sebring. We're now at round 3. So let's check out the championship after 2 rounds if this is going to work. Here we go. I am atop the table with 9 points. Massimo Sigala won last time out at Sebring. Had a bit of a disaster. Didn't score any points last time out. We had a completely different top 6 from the first race at Daytona in the second race at Sebring. So we've got 2 drivers on 9 points, 2 drivers on 6 points, 2 drivers on 4 points, etc. So yeah, that's how the championship lines up, 2 by 2, perfect symmetry. But let's try and steal a march on them today at NOLA. Let's take a look quickly at the teams as they line up. This is the teams championship. I'm driving for Dyson, so I've got 9 points for Dyson. BF Goodrich managed to score a couple of second places, so they're 12, 2 6s are 12. And then it's 2 by 2 for the rest of the teams. Team Sauber Mercedes scored last time out, as did a couple of Mazdas. So it's going. We've got a bit of a mix in the Manufacturers Championship. Let's take a quick look at that before we go racing. Porsche are the dominant mark. There are many more Porsches than there are Mercedes and Mazdas. So they've got 18 points for 2 wins. Porsches have won the first 2 races of the season, but maybe Mercedes and Mazda started to mount a comeback last time out at Sebring. And finally, before we get going here, let's take a look at the AI strength. It's slightly lower than last week in terms of their AI's best lap percentage against my best lap. But I have bumped the strength down. Apparently the AI are very quick around NOLA. So it's 95% strength, 5% aggression, but the damage continues to go up as we survive the races. That's 70%. That has been far too much talking as ever. So let's crack on with rFactor 2. Take a look at how we're lining up today in the simulation. We've got Jean-Louis Schlesser, a pole for Mercedes after qualifying. Frank Jalinski in a Porsche lines up second. Franz Conrad in a Porsche. Steve Ansgar in a Porsche 4th. Moretti 5th. Almeras 6th. Any championship contenders we might be interested in? Lammers is 11th. Who won last time out? I can't see his name, but I'm sure it'll pop up. Borrican Unser Jr. Pretty high up in the championship. Massimo Sigala, he won last time out, so he's starting pretty far down. We've got an Andretti, a Sullivan and a Schumacher. The Mazdas have not had a good qualifying. I'm at the back. I did not qualify due to technical difficulties, so I'm starting off from the back of the grid. And it's going to be 121 laps. If you times 121 by 3.720 kilometers, you get about 450, just a smidge over 450 kilometers today. So it's going to be just over 2 hours of endurance racing, and today it's particularly proper endurance racing because I've been up since 5 AM, so I'm feeling tired, but I've got my water and I'm raring to go, and going is what we're doing now. We've been talking for way too long as ever. No one wants to hear talking. We just want to see racing. Got all the fuel. Turn the boost right down because we're about to do a pace lap, a parade lap, and let's just go. Wish me luck. Off we go. 121 laps, 450 kilometers around the D course at NOLA. So it's a very, very long straight and a very, very fun, exciting back section with the S's. And a bit of a fiddly end to the lap, but we won't hold that against it. We'll just try and move our way forward up the field and try and make this. I don't know if we're going to make this a two-stop race today. To make it a two-stop race, I need to make it to lap 40, lap 80, and then complete 121 laps. So I think that's going to be a bit of a stretch today, considering the pace of the circuit. Quite a lot of the circuit is at full throttle, and we're getting through a good 2 to 3 litres a lap. So that's going to be definitely less than 50 laps on the tank of fuel, and probably less than 40, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't done it. I haven't done a full stint, so we'll have to see how that works out, and just keep it on the black stuff. Try not to make any mistakes. I had quite a few spins at Sebring. It was a very bumpy, difficult race. This one's going to be a bit smoother, hopefully, he says, foreshadowing his untimely demise at NOLA. Right, I'm going to stick at the back for the first lap, keep the boost low, just hang back and try to avoid any AI-induced incidents, for there generally are them. Here we go. Gently off the last corner, and just leave the boost right down. I won't jump up to any meaningful boost, so I'm just going to see how it goes to the first lap, save a bit of fuel. I can always catch back up to them later, and I just want to see if I can survive the first corner. So they still, no, there is a bit of a bump at the back, but that's only the last couple of cars. Let's see how they get on through the next corner. So far so good. Seems to be pretty well behaved. Good. As I'm dropping back a little bit, I'll bring the boost up. Oh no, here comes another incident. Oh, there's a bit of a roadblock. Oh, I'm being reversed into. Damage is 70%, so I need to make sure I'm not... I mean, there is a bit of blue there, but I don't think there's actual damage. And now the AI are going to be all over me. So, but I have made up 9 positions so far, so that's a good opening lap. And now I've got AO behind me. I want to be a bit careful on the boost. Don't want the absolutely piling into the back of me if I go too slowly. Bring that up to 10. See how that goes. They're definitely outpacing me down this long straight. Just try and outbrake them into the first corner. Easy. Excellent. No dramas yet. And yeah, definitely no damage, even though the car is blue. But I'm not worried about that for now. Let's just get into a rhythm now, which I failed to do early on in the last race, so it's quite key to bring myself and the car up to speed gently. Don't need a pit stop. We'll play the long game. It's going to be a long race, so. Ooh. Quite easy to lose the rear end for these slow corners, especially off this last corner. You can get a tank slapper on and nose it into the wall, and that will end the race. Just half a second off the pace on low boost at the moment, so not too bad. Just slowly bring it up to pace. No need to stress about pace just yet. Just keep an eye on the fuel as well. If we make it to lap 10 on a quarter of a tank, then I'm on for a 2-stop strategy. I think it's going to be a stretch. I love these S's around the back of the track. James Weaver is pretty pacey. I think he was he's been a points finisher this season, so in good company. Sticking with James Weaver, and we've got Sigala, the last race winner, just ahead as well. So not too bad so far. So far, so good. Got to get into a rhythm. That's the main thing. Hopefully I'm broadcasting on the internet and everything is hunky-dory. If there is indeed anyone watching, I'm afraid I can't see chat. Don't have a second monitor just yet, so just you know, enjoy the show if there is indeed one to be enjoyed. Thank you. Just pacing myself behind Weaver at the moment. If I can just keep up with him for the time being, that'll be ideal. See where we're at on fuel at lap 10. And do a bit of sums. Do some mathematics. Just over 2 litres a lap, so that's pretty good going so far. Slightly off the pace though, so you need to keep an eye on that. Short lap, so there is a danger of getting lapped if I don't go quickly enough. We can worry about that later. Let's get through the first stint first. Bring the boost up slightly just to help my pace along a bit. I'm definitely faster in the straight line than I am in the S's. But that's A-OK by me. Less drag, less fuel consumption. Right, lap 5. We are on for a quarter of a tank of fuel by lap 10. Good fuel pace. Feels like I'm catching the gaggle. We're both catching the cars ahead as well, which is nice. There was definitely more than a 3-second gap between Weaver and the car ahead before when I last checked, and that's a slightly better lap time as well, so it's going in the right direction. Just got to keep it smooth, keep it calm. These S's are going to kill my front tyres as well, so interesting to see the tyre wear at the end of the stint as well, but we'll take on fuel and tyres. No qualms about that. There's also the whoop, wasn't expecting him to brake so early, but we're going side by side, slightly coming together in turn 1. Got away with that. Wasn't expecting to do an overtake. The manoeuvre took me by surprise, but I got away with it. Quite comfortable with this pace. I know I can go into the 1 minute ones on full boost, so pretty comfortable with just being, well, it was slightly slow that, but a normal lap is on the pace. Oh, there's a yellow flag. Oh, there's a bit of a to-do ahead. There's an incident. Hopefully that clears by the time I get there. Good. Looks like the AI are having a bit of a scrap about it, rather them than me. Feels good to be catching this gaggle of cars ahead as well, so nice, cool, calm and collected drive so far. Fuel is good. Yeah, we're well on course for a good fuel stint. Pace is good, just 2/10 off the quickest lap that time, so happy with how it's going so far. Just got to keep it up. Keep it going for another couple of hours. Definitely a bit of a train forming here. See if I can make some passes down the front straight. Warwick ahead. I think he finished in the points last time out at Sebring, so good to get ahead of him. I haven't dropped Weaver at all, he's keeping in touch, so this will be a bit of an interesting train to be a part of. Hopefully doesn't get too messy. But quite happy to sit here, pace myself. Coming up on a quarter of a tank, I've done 11 laps, so that's well over 40 laps for a first stint. It's exactly what I want to do. So I'll just sit here at this pace and yeah, manage the race. Good. Hopefully I'll be one of the last to pit as well, so go a bit quicker towards the end of the stint, get out of traffic. But that's not guaranteed, as I learned in Sebring. I was one of the first to pit, unfortunately. Definitely in a bit of a train. What's Warwick doing? Oh, Unser Jr.'s made a move on Weaver behind me. Let's see if he's being a bit racy. He might make an attack on me. Tyres are feeling it as well, I'm sure. Take a quick look at the old tyre O-meter. Yep, definitely a lot of wear on the front. I feel that towards the end of the stint, I'm sure. To be wary of them braking. They brake quite early at turn 1, so don't want to run into the back of anyone. There we go, that's the rear end, trying to ruin my day. Here comes onto Junior, he's on the move. Quite comfortably better on the brakes into the first corner, so not too much stress from behind. Bit of a gap developing between the leader and second place, I notice. But nothing to worry about just yet. Have to see what the fuel consumption's like. I assume that's Schlesser in the Mercedes pulling ahead. In fact, let's take a quick look. Yep, indeed it is. 29 seconds, half a minute up the road. Not too bad. It's early days. Can more than make that up. I only have to make one fewer stop. Second gear around here, all in second. Just be careful on the throttle out of this last corner. Good. Right, fuel consumption is fine, so I can up the boost for a bit. And I make a pass on Warwick. Good. Who's next? Schumacher is up the road. Back at me, but no problems. Careful on the exit, as ever. Right, that's 17 laps in the books. The laps will tick by quite quickly at a minute and 2 per lap. Just over. excellent. Very happy with how it's going so far. No mistakes yet. Good pace. Comfortable fuel mileage. Early, oh, that's not helping. Just another accidental overtake of the air into turn 1. And a little bit of contact on the way through, but nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with the car, nothing wrong with me. All good. Bit of a gap ahead to put some pace into. Olsen ahead, he's put out a second, a gap of just over a second, so try and close that down as quickly as possible. Maybe try and do a good lap time whilst there is a bit of a gap ahead. Oh, that's the grass, that's not going to help. Dyson Racing, that must be a teammate. Because that's my team, Dyson Racing. Right in the slipstream here. And we're coming up on a half a tank of fuel and we'll pass the 20-minute mark, so another bit of boost to help us through and help us on our way. AI has done a 1:09, so they're still a smidge ahead of me, but I'm not going at full whack just yet. Just looking after the car. That's the main thing. Segala ahead, he won the last race, so good to catch him. At least I know we're in the ballpark for sure. Closing that gap nicely. Bit of a half a second off on the lap time though. .7 seconds to Segala. The gap closed down, good pace. Half a tank of fuel left, lap 22, so yeah, course is on schedule. Driving to the numbers, 17th place. Although I notice first position is well ahead. He's like 2/3 of the lap when I'm crossing the stripe. Too far back for a move there. I can't worry too much about the car in the lead just yet. See where we're at after the first stint. Oh, bit Larry through there. Very slow through there. Almost knocked into the back of Segala. Right, let's see if we can slipstream past him now. Looking good. Wonderful. Sixteenth. Aiken and Foyt, 2 cars ahead. A couple of Porsches. Aiken's going on the defensive. I think I might breeze past him into turn 1. This is looking good. Excellent, another position gained. Not to lose it on the exit. 15th, halfway through the pack. And just over halfway through the stint, so we're going splendidly. Just want to throw it away. Still early doors. Looks like I'm nice and close to Foyt this time round. Oh, he's going on the defensive. Fairly straightforward though. Baby from a candy. That's a pretty good lap time until the end of the lap. But still right on the pace. 14th. And Jan Lammers is next. 13th. I have to say it's going considerably better than it did at Sebring last time out. That's still a long way to go, obviously. Jonathan Palmer, one of the Sauber Mercedes, is up next. Careful on that corner exit. I need at least 25 litres in the tank at lap 30, so that's looking good. I'm going to bump the boost up. Oh, don't go on the grass, that's not helpful. Let's get a quick check of the tyres. Yeah, we've gone into the yellow on the left front, which is not completely unexpected. Should be alright for the stint though. Not suffering too much on the front end yet. Traction's my main issue. This last corner was a killer for that left front though. Leader's done a 1 minute 1.8, so he's still extending his advantage. But what's his fuel consumption like? That's the main question. So my grass consumption is too high. Wide exit to look after that left front and also not lose the rear end too much. Nobody has pitted yet, still early. It's too far back to make a move on Palmer. Gaining on Palmer a bit this time, and the Rory's going defensive, but that's fairly straightforward. Nice, good. Oh, Palmer's going for a lunge up on the comeback on the inside. There he goes. Sort of frightened me out the way, but I'd rather give him a wide berth than go make any contact at this stage. Like the leaders approaching the back markers, so that should hold him up a little bit, as he's done a 1 minute 1.7. Cars ahead going side by side, holding each other up, holding me up. Oh, couldn't see the apex then. Thumped over the curb. quarter of a tank of fuel, so fuel schedule's all good. Try and get past Lurari on this straight. It's time by. Might as well bump it up all the way as consumption's not a worry. Keep an eye on the laps and tank. Make sure it doesn't go under 40 or 41 laps. Nice. 12th. Okay, I'm doing a stronger lap time. How is it? Not quite the fastest lap, but back on the pace with a bit of room to breathe. Cramp in my left foot, so I'll wiggle that out of my toes if I can on the straight. Oh, we've got cars in the pits. Let's see what that number 1 does at the top. Got 6.3 laps. Yep, that's a bit too high on the fuel consumption now. Knock it back. Looks like the leader's gone by again. He's not pitting yet. I have gained massively on the leader recently. I must have had a bad lap. It's much closer. Which is promising. Got 6 laps of fuel. And that's going to take me to flat 42, which is perfect. So I'll just stick right here at this pace. Oh, rear end's put trigger happy. Four laps. Yep, still takes me to lap. Just going to knock it off just slightly. Quite happy to stay in this pace just to get to the fuel window. Lap 42 is absolutely perfect. Still battling cramp. Now I've got cramp in both my feet, which is not comfortable. Guess I need more hydration. Might have to stretch my legs at the pit stop. Bit of a distraction at the moment, but I'll cope. 3 laps to go to the pit stop. Slow car, must be a lap car. Is that a lap car? No, it's Brian Redman. Going slowly. Maybe he's low on fuel. Cutting it too fine on fuel. Got more cars in the pits, but the leader's going by again. 10th, top 10. There's another car in the pits. 9th. Couple more laps, then it's my turn to pit. Oh, that was not a good lap. Getting distracted by the cramp in my feet. Must be because I've been awake for so long. Getting fatigue in my tendons and sinews and muscles. It's alright, we can cope. Right, I'm going to call the pits. Try to do a semi-decent lap, so I come into the pit lane. Leader's not pitted, let's see if he comes in this time too. Too hot through there. The leader has gone round again. That's what I was watching and not watching the road. But we're following. Is that Palmer we're following into the pit lane? I can't remember. What's the tyre wear like? Yeah, the tyre wear's pretty bad. Not quite sure where the pit lane speed limiter begins, but we'll go there. Right, look out for my pit stall. It's near the end. Yeah, the Mercedes are all pitting this lap, apart from the leader. It's gone round again, but we're all on a similar. Oh, he's taking my fuel spot. Ah, this is a bit of an issue. I'm gonna have to go around again. I can't stay in the in my pit stall. Right, I'm gonna have to put the fuel boost right down. That's a bit of a disaster for this race. And in fact, I don't think I'm going to make it around, so this might be curtains. That might have spoilt it for me. Just going to have to go very slowly. I'm going to have to trundle back to the pits. And it's rather spoilt my race. I was not expecting that. I thought there would be plenty of pit stalls for everyone, but clearly there weren't. So this is extreme fuel saving. Just hopefully I can make it back to the pit lane. But I'm definitely going to lose a lap in doing so. Let's just take the shortest of shortcuts. Sorry about this. It's a bit embarrassing, but hopefully Schumacher's or Palmer, whoever that was in my pit stall, has now left my pit stall. And left it clear for me. Just about made it back into a very busy pit lane. What a disaster. It was all going so well, and then that happens, but it's now a clear pit lane for me. And I'm going to go and stretch my legs because of the cramp. I'll be right back. Right, I am back, ready to see what the damage is following that minor pit stop disaster. Nearly done in the pits, full fuel and tyres. I'm definitely going to have to extend this stint so that doesn't happen again. It's a bit of a disaster coming to your pit stall and finding it full of Mercedes. So let's go to 10, that should extend the stint nicely. Right, on our way. It was not a great thing to have happened, but it's not the end of the race. We're still in it, so I will endeavour to fight back. Right, I know I've got the blue flags, but I'm going to fight it out around the outside, all the way back through. Just going to try and push on, and also save fuel. Just have a nice long middle stint just to guarantee myself a clear pit stall, and I can go a bit hotter towards the end of the race on full boost. That's the plan. It's the new plan. Just got to try not to make any mistakes in doing so. Pace, got to remember the pace is still pretty good, so hope for the best. Right, let's bring up that leaderboard and see what the damage is. I am 26, there's still people in the pits, so I'm still passing people, so that's good. Herbert is next up the road, and then Sala is half a minute up the road, so that's my target. Just close that gap over the next stint best I can. And keep the boost low so it's a nice long stint. Make it way past lap 80, and it's a nice short final stint to the end of the race. And hopefully we can go much quicker as well. But there's still a long way to go before we get there. I'm definitely not yielding to blue flags. I've been screwed over once, so I'm quite happy to screw over other people for the time being. Definitely second gear around this complex. Well, that's all part of the drama of rFactor 2 sim racing. Right, the stripe. Herbert, 12 seconds up the road. Sala, 23.5. Let's try and close that gap. I'm not getting blue flags this time, so that's an improvement on the gap behind. Just concentrate, get good pace out of this car. Nice clear track ahead of me to push on a bit. Now I'm thinking about it, I wonder if sitting behind that Mercedes would have been less of a penalty than doing a slow lap and having to take the pit lane twice, but I'll have to run the numbers on that later. I'm sure being stuck stationed in the pits is always the worst option. Spend the least amount of time in the pits is the general rule. 10 seconds. We've got a Moretti as well, this is the next car up the road. Just going to press on. Try not to let my head drop. Keep my pecker up. Lap times are pretty good as well, so happy with that. Happy with the low 2 on full fuel. I've got a Schlesser behind me. Not a Mercedes Schlesser, different Schlesser, unless that's no, I don't know who that is behind me. That might be the current leader behind me, which is interesting. Why is Schlesser suddenly behind me? He must have had some sort of incident too. Yep, that car behind me was definitely a late pit stopper. So I've got the Mercedes Schlesser has had some sort of drama before him, which is interesting. Let's see how this all pans out. I'm going to push on. That's all I can do. Not think about what's behind me. Just push into the gap that's ahead. Make up some time. Sure I'm not burning up too much fuel. I'll do a nice long stint. It says as he over-revs the engine into the corner. Ooh. There's a yellow flag there. Quickly cleared. This has been well, quite a dramatic race so far. If anyone's watching, I thank you. and hopefully it's somewhat enjoyable. Just a shame I can't see chat yet. I have to invest in a second screen. Should it become a requirement, necessity, needful. What am I saying? Pressing on. Cramp's gone for now. Stretching my legs at the pit stop definitely helped. Right, we are 50 laps in. How long has this race been going on for? Would it tell me? Not unless I divide it by 3. I can't remember what time it started. I think we'll be going about an hour. Yeah, we'll be an hour at 5 PM game time. We'll be an hour. So yeah, it's going to be just over 2 hours of racing today. The leaderboard, 18th. Not terrible. That understeer's pretty terrible though. Overcooked that completely, so I wasn't concentrating. Catching a back of a pack. Here comes Schlesser. I'm surprised. Oh no, I am a lap behind. Yeah, there's a few people a lap ahead, which is interesting how that's panned out. And if there have been a few pit stall dramas, this could all get very messy in the second round of stops. It's all good, clean fun. Can't complain too much. Get to enjoy the Group C sports cars and rFactor 2 for a couple of hours. Not a bad way to spend a Wednesday evening. There's still cars making pit stops. They're getting very good fuel mileage for their pace. Hunted down by Schlesser. Gaps to the cars ahead is definitely coming down, but the gaps for Schlesser behind is narrowing too. It's going to be interesting. Middle stint. It's going to be I'd like to try and keep Schlesser behind me. Gives me a good chance of getting back into the points at some point. I've got good pace. He's right on my tail. I don't think he's got enough straight line speed to get past you on the straight, which is good. Gives me a good chance to defend from him. Oh, bit of a to-do into turn 1. Shooting up the inside if there's room. Very slow. Nope. Goes Schlesser just through the middle of everyone. What a driver. What a move. Did not see that coming. Never seen an AI do such a brave overtaking maneuver. Impressive stuff from a Mercedes driver. Right, let's get behind Schlesser's slip. I know this is a lap car ahead. Dive down the inside. Good. Oh, trying to lose the rear end over the curb. Good. Car ahead is lapped. Am I still a lap off the leader? Yep, they've stolen a lead on the rest of the field somehow. Unless we've all had pit stop dramas. So inside that lap car, good. Right on Herbert's tail next. Yeah, I've got blue flag still. Have to press on. Whoa, that's the grass. Right, there's Schlesser ahead. It's not completely dropped me. There's a couple of Mercedes ahead actually. Try and press on. I'm still on to go to extend my stint past lap 80, 31 laps of the tank. Yes, that takes me to nearly 90 laps, so that's good. And I'll pit before the tank's empty as well, so if I do need to go around again, I'll keep some fuel in the tank for that. So I'll have to do another slow lap. It's going to be interesting if my pit stall's taken again. Okay, that's not Schlesser ahead, that's a lapped car. Schlesser is going around the last corner now. Schlesser is the Mercedes with the red highlights around the rear lights. This is the yellow highlights. This might be Schumacher or Palmer, I can't remember. Or maybe Kreutzbeutner. Either way, he's holding me up. Too much curb. Right, let's deal with this Mercedes. It's holding me up. I'll do the old lunge into turn 1. No, he's defending. You're a lap down. Leave me alone. Good. So he doesn't come back up my inside. Fine. Right, I'm on my way again. 17th. Schlesser and Moretti up the road. Schlesser's built a gap. 4.1 seconds. I'll try and close it down, but I don't think I've got his pace at the moment. I'm more concerned about extending the stint on fuel, so I'm quite happy to be a bit slow anyway. The gap's still 4 seconds, so yeah, pretty good pace. Quite happy with that. And that Schlesser's being held up a little bit by traffic, so keep pushing, keep trying. Wide was turn 1. .6 seconds up the road. So someone just came out of the pits as well, but still 17th. No change there. 25 laps of fuel left. Oh, there's a bit of an incident. On the outside, is that Unser Jr.? Oh, I'm going wide now. so slow. We need to get around this car as quick as possible. As the front straight is the time to do it. Right, so we are 24 laps to go on fuel to the next pit stop. 64. 88, lap 88, that's pretty good. Pretty good extension of the stint. Right, let's get past this guy, if that indeed is Uncle Junior. I can't remember his livery. Yeah, the Valvoline cars, pretty sure it's him. Fight out around the outside. Good. Moretti, next car up the road. Schlesser's getting away, but not in terms of gap. Right, am I still laps down on the lead? I'm sure I am, yep. Olsen, Amelis, Oscar Laruri. Big gaps to the cars ahead as well. Let's see what happens in the next pit stop. Halfway through a tank. All good. Over 20 laps. So keep my head down. Concentration face is definitely on, even though I'm absolutely knackered. Try and push on and not make any mistakes. That's the main thing. Try and get a result out of this. Slow lap. Quite sure why AIs were taking up my pit stall. There's a massive long pit lane. Surely there's more than 30 pit stalls in the pit lane. Oh, we've got someone in the pit, so I'm up to 16th. Small gains, marginal gains. Pressing on. Where's Schlesser? He's now 6 seconds up the road. Must have found a gap. Smashed that lap. Now I'm up the chuff of Moretti. Moretti and Sala ahead. I'll close that gap right down, which is good news. Keep pushing on, and in fact the gap to Schlesser's come down as well, so pace is definitely there. So let's see what happens in the second pit stop cycle. Could be another mess, but I'm here for it. Oh, going around the... Is this a lap car? Yeah, this is a Mazda. It must be being lapped. It's just going very slowly. There's some bags of time behind them. No, you don't. Oh, getting assaulted by this car behind me. Oh, now I'm spinning it. I'm hitting a wall. Well, there you go. It's about as well as this race has been going. Another disaster. All we can do is pit and repair. Definitely got a puncture. Yeah, that was quite a thwack. I should have just let him go. I didn't need to fight it out like that, but such is life. Right. How many laps have we got left? 20. 50 laps. Can I do 50 laps on a full tank of fuel so I don't have to stop again? That's what we're going to have to do. Is it 50 laps? Yes, 51. Yeah, 50 laps. At least I don't have any on my pit stall. God, it's not helping. It's not helping at all. It's going from bad to worse. Right. I need to stretch my legs, and then I need to do a final 50 lap stint. I'll be right back. Right, it's only an 83-second stop. Does that mean what's the damage repair like? Did I put damage repair on, by the way? Yeah, repair all. Is it going to be straight when I come out of the pits? It's straight. Right. I'm going to put the boost at halfway, just below halfway. And I need to do basically 50 laps on 100 litres, so that's 2 litres a lap I need to aim for. I can't do more than 2 litres a lap. So let's see how this works out. What a terrible race I've run. It was all going so well at the start. But this is all part of the drama and the fun of it. This is why we do it. See if I can avoid the blue flags at 7 boost. Right, that was less than 2 litres, but I came out of the pits. So we're on schedule. Let's go up a bit. Down with the grass. Just got to survive this last 50 laps. on the tank of fuel. Oh, there's been a to-do. There's been an incident. We've come through it unscathed, which is not what the form book says would happen. Right, less than 2 litres for that lap. Yes, 1.93. I think we're right on the limit. So this is the boost setting I'll stick with to get me to the end of the race on a tank of fuel, and then we'll just have to see where I end up. I've just got to try and eke it out. Hopefully the tyres hold up. In the rear end, not helpful. I am 24th, not last. Let's see what the leaderboard says. I'm a lap behind 21st, and 5 seconds from a Sauber Mercedes of Kreuzpointner. Just going to push on to see where I end up at the end of the race now. It's a case of bringing it home. Last lap I did 1.93, so fuel schedule is good. Do another lap at this boost and then see if I can push it to the next boost setting up. Yep, that was less than 2 litres, so let's try 9. And I'm at least 2 laps down anyway, so might not have to do the full 121 laps at this rate. Slightly early upshift to 4th. That's 205, so yeah, that boost is a little bit too much at the moment. Am I gaining on the car ahead? Can't remember. I think it's come down slightly, but it is a Mercedes after all, so I might be going quite quickly. Right, coming from a 2/3 race distance, and cars are pitting, so it's about now when I'd expect to see cars in the pits. So I will gain some places back, hopefully. Probably not many. Sub 2 litres per lap, that's good. These are actually really nice to drive with a little bit less power. Push through them with slightly more throttle. And the last corner's a bit more manageable as well. So nicer driving experience all round. I'm just not going very quickly, unfortunately. 22nd. Still gaining places. .96 litres a lap, that's good. Laps in tank 42 at the stripe, and I need to do 41 from here, so right on schedule. Excellent. Just got to keep circulating for the rest of the race and see how it all pans out. That's all I can do now. Definitely want to finish. Keep my 100% finishing record, at least. Although I will struggle to finish on the lead lap this time round. Such is the short nature of the circuit. Hopefully the internet is still being broadcasted. Or I am still being broadcasted on the internet. And if that is the case, thank you for watching. If that is indeed what you're doing, it's most appreciated. Cars in the pits, 20th, good. It's going in a somewhat in the right direction. .88. pressing on. The old concentration phase is in effect, hence the lack of vocal action. But the S's are brilliant to drive at the moment. Use of grip, slightly less power due to the lower boost setting. And the tyres are at their best at the moment. Nice and warm, not too warm. Now I'm still just behind Schlesser. Somehow, after all that, I'm still just behind Schlesser, which is quite remarkable. Seems to be a bit of a to-do ahead. Looks like someone's being lapped, making a bit of a meal of it. Oh, there's the rear end. Cars going to the pit lane. Gonna have to do an absolute dive bomb down the inside of this car. Is that one of the Andretti's in the Haviland car? I think it's Michael Andretti in that car. Still 20th. And now I've got Oscar Laruri behind me, who was one of the leaders a lap ahead a while ago. So he must have just done a pit stop and somehow come out behind me, weirdly. This is a very confusing race to read at the moment. Cars in the pit lane. Still 20th. Someone's driving into the pit lane, good. Does that give me a position? Yes, 19th. Let's record this point now. Right. How many more positions can I gain before the end of this race? Just under 2 litres, that's good. 34 laps in a tank and 34 to go, is that? Yeah, 34 to go. So, right on the fuel schedule at the moment. If anything, half a lap margin. So, can push on towards the end of the race. Who's next up the road? It is Schlesser, but he's building a gap, so no chance of catching him. And he's no doubt made his last stop as well. And that's very wide through that last corner. Unser Jr. is possibly in the pit lane. Yep. Who's that coming out of the pits? They're either very far ahead or very far behind. So it's Aiken and Mullen, and the next car's 20 seconds up the road. See if I can make any inroads into them. "35 laps to go." No, 34, 33 laps to go. Less than 33, 32 and a half. It's coming down. This car is very slow. So it just came out of the pit lane. Well, I'm going to do a dive bomb to get past this back marker. He's going defensive. That's okay, we got through. "31 laps to go." 32 laps in the tank. Perfect. Might even risk bumping up the boost a little bit just to give myself a few laps of extra until the fuel becomes critical again. Have to bring it back down. Blue flag. I'm not going to yield. Blue flag. Not yielding. I'm pressing on. Got my own race to run. Oh, don't lose the rear end in turn 1. Or indeed on the grass. It's not helpful. Last lap was ever so slightly over 2 litres, but I've got a bit of margin to absorb that. Another car in the pits. Is that a position? Yes, I am 15th. Or am I? I was already 15th. I can't remember. 2.1 litres. 28 laps in the tank. There's too much fuel being used. Sun's getting low in the sky. Oh no, I'm getting a worn over. A worn over. I'm getting worn to pull over. It's going to slow me down. And again. I'm gonna have to let him go, otherwise I'm gonna get a penalty. It's annoying. I should turn off the penalty for blue flags. hopefully he pulls away from me. Maybe I can use him to go a bit quicker. At least I don't have to do the full 121 laps then. It'll let me go a bit quicker. Only but laps behind the leader, am I? I should check that out. Oh, Schumacher's leading, amazing. But he's only 1 lap ahead, so that could change. So I won't burn up my fuel just yet. Try and concentrate through these S's. Oh, that's not helping. Very poor lap. Let's do 27 laps. So I do have a bit of... Is it 27 laps? Yeah, that's right. I do have a bit of fuel in hand now. I know I have to do all of them, so we'll bump it up a little bit again. Engineering and driving at the same time. And I'm up to 30, which is surprising considering the race I've had. That's where I got to just before my first pit stop. It was about 12. So it's not been completely terrible. But the gaps of the cars ahead are just huge now. No chance of catching anyone in normal conditions. Alex Junior's definitely catching me, so 13th's not guaranteed. $25 in the tank. .24 laps in the tank, 24 laps to go. But I'm a lap behind, so 23 laps to go. The evening's definitely getting a little bit more golden, so the pace will be a bit quicker anyway. The sun sets over NOLA. car up the road is 20 seconds. I have slightly gapped onto Junior, so there's a good chance I can hold on to 13th. What's the fuel like? 22.7. 22 laps to go. Well, 23, but 22. That's fine. Just bringing it on home. Not much to report. Just trying to concentrate. Keep it on the black stuff. Not make any more mistakes. Although I have driven pretty well today. Apart from that minor altercation with Alonso Jr., which made me hit the tyre wall. I basically came unstuck by the AI taking up my pit stall in the first stop. I think I could have recovered from that had it not been for the minor mishap. Oh, another position. Schumacher has pitted from the lead. Let's see how that affects things. Franz Zielinski, Olsen at the front of the race. I am 12th. Not terrible, not brilliant. Is everyone still running? Nope, we've had quite a few retirements actually. 23rd is the last place position, I think. The runners. $19 laps remaining for fuel. It's fine. Just keep pushing on. Try and bring this thing home. That's all I've got to do now. Just keep driving and hope for the best. 19 seconds up the road to Aiken. Made a slight dent in that gap, but I don't think it's coming down quickly enough. 17 laps to go, 17 laps in the tank. And I'm a lap behind. Pretty poor lap, but still extending the gap to Unser Junior behind me. That's the main thing. Possibly bring it home in 12th. Laps to go, 14.5 in the tank. I will bring that boost down a little bit, just in case I need to do the full, just in case something happens and I find myself back on the lead lap. I know it's unlikely, but it's been a bit of a crazy race, so you never know. Might as well try my best. Unser Junior gets a bit too close, I'll bump up the boost again. Slightly better lap, considering, which is odd, considering the boost was lower. 15 to go. $14 to go. threat from behind, so just happy to keep circulating. I think it's going to be 12th at the end, unless something dramatic happens. Which is unfortunate considering the early going had such promise. But it's been a good fun race anyway. Great track to go around on, especially this section. It was a terrible, terrible lap. Unser Juniors closed in. Laps in the tank, 12. Laps to go, 11. So that could definitely come up. Just to build up a bit of a gap. That went right down to 9.8 laps in the tank, which is too much. Too much fuel consumption. I don't think we're quite going to hit dusk in Louisiana. The daylight hours are long apparently in the deep south. Is it the deep south? I assume so. It feels like it is. It's Louisiana after all. Laps in tank, 9.8, good. And there's 9 laps to go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everything's under control. Alex Jr. is gaining on me, but I'm not too worried. I think he's going to gain 5 laps in 10, 5 seconds in 10 laps. Or 6 seconds in 10 laps. That seems unlikely. Happy to just press on. There he is, lurking behind me. 8.1 laps in tank. 8 to go. Nearly over. Oh, I'm 11th. I've gained a place. Exciting. Can I finish in the top 10 somehow against all the odds? Boost up a little bit as I'm getting out to Junior, breathing down my neck. 7.8 laps in the tank. It's fine, there's only 7 to go. And I won't have to do the last lap because I'm a lap down. Akin's pulled away from me. 6 laps in the tank. That's all we need. Still got Alex Junior gaining on me for 11th. Oh, Larry over the curb. Managing that gap to the car behind. Well, 5 laps to go. Guess I'm still, yep, 11th still a lap behind. It's like, is that Franz Jelinski is going to win the race? Which is good for the, have a good win for Porsche. I believe that's a Porsche driver. Might even be Porsches in the top 6. So another clean sweep. Was a very poor lap, and Anderson Junior has gained on me, unsurprisingly. 4 to go. Is that Anderson Junior? No, that's not Anderson Junior. I think it's Michael Andretti in the Valvoline car. Anderson Junior's got a Valvoline car, I believe, or a white car at least. 3 to go. 3 laps in the tank. Two to go. That might actually be 1 to go because I'm a lap behind. Alonso Jr. still gaining on me. So is this the checkered flag? Yes it is. There we go. Wow. That was a disappointing 11th in the end. I mean, it was nice to fight back to 11th and still finish the race. Still got to see the checkered flag after all that drama. But it was enjoyable nonetheless. I enjoyed myself, that's the main thing. It was just a shame I couldn't quite get back after the first pit stop disaster. I reckon I would have been on for a good result there. But as it is, let's see how they bring themselves home. It is Frank Jelinski or Jelinski for Yost Racing. It's a top 6 finish, a top 6 full of Porsches. Jean-Marie Almeras in the second, Franz Conrad is third, AJ Foyt fourth, good result for him. Massimo Sigala scores some more good points in fifth, he won last time out. And it's Jan Lammers sixth, he's scoring again. Speaking of scoring, I now need to tot up the total points, so I'm going to take a short break to do so, and while that happens I think I will leave the race running its replay. Let's go from the green flag. See when the green flag flies. If the green flag has flown here, there we go. Right, I'm going to play back from here and mute myself and toss up the points, and I'll be right back. Apologies for that. Apparently OBS disconnected. Might have not liked me taking a screenshot of the results. But I need to know the results to tot up the championship standings, so bear with me, I'll be right back. Right, hello, it's me again, I'm back. I've just totted up the Drivers' Championship. I won't worry about the other championships for now, but let's take a look at how they stand, if I've got my sums right. Following, let's correct that. After 3 rounds, plural is important. So yeah, Massimo Sigala scores a couple of extra points from his win last week out to top the table on 11 points. I'm still second, now sharing it with Frank Helinski, who won, of course. He's got his 9 points. Jan Lammers scores an extra point on top of his second place. I think that was in Daytona he scored a second, so he's on 7. Then it's Derek Warwick, Jean-Marie Almeidas on 6 points, John Hotchkiss, Jonathan Palmer, Franz Conrad on 4, Michael Andretti, Johnny Herbert, AJ Foyt, Bob Wallach. There are more. I'm too tired to tot up the rest of the championship tables for now. You'll have to forgive me, but I'm definitely calling it a night now. Thank you very much for watching. Did get a couple of likes, so I appreciate that. Oh, don't look at that. So yeah, thank you very much, and that was a good indeed. Let me, if I forgot to check something, I just wanted to see how long the race was in the end. Franz Helinski or Jelinski won it in 2 hours, 11 minutes and 32 seconds. So yeah, just over 2 hours is perfect distance for a Group C Enduro. And yeah, thanks for the likes and the watches and the. And yeah, I'll be back. Oh yeah, next week, next Wednesday, join me again. We'll do it again. I think we'll do a 2-hour race, the 2 hours of Virginia International Raceway, a lovely circuit. As we make our way now up the eastern side of America, having started off in Florida, made a quick stop off in New Orleans, and now we go to Virginia. And yeah, join me next week for that. Thank you very much. That's far too much talking. I do apologise. And I will see you again next time. Adios.